This morning on DC News Now, we're talking about some scattered rain showers working their way through the area, especially from DC and back right along 66 across Virginia. The latest details and what you can expect for the rest of your Memorial Day Monday coming up. Also coming up this morning, President Biden and House Speaker McCarthy coming to terms on a tentative debt limit agreement. A breakdown of what's in that deal and what this means for you.
And keeping students safe, what a Loudoun County Public Schools principal is proposing parents do after reports of fight clubs involving students.
And millions of people hitting the roads or taking to the skies for the busy Memorial Day travel. We are live at the airport and on the roads, finding out how you can save some time this morning.
The station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
All right, it's 8 o'clock on this Monday morning. Good morning to you. Thanks for joining us. I'm Corey James.
Good morning. I'm Tanaya Wright. We're going to start you off with a live look outside on this Monday morning. It's a bit of a rainy and dreary start to our Monday, Jackie. Yeah, that's right. And we're noticing the clouds out there along with a few of those rain showers sliding through. Not everyone's seeing the rain, though, so that's the good news. But we're going to be tracking still that there are still a few rain showers through the day today, but not a complete washout, which is the good news. We're also noticing a lull in the action now in Fairfax County. Just seeing a few of those rain showers, though, for Montgomery County as well, as we did see a few of those showers push through Prince George's County in Maryland not too long ago. D.C. starting to dry things out a little bit, but still parts of the district seeing a little bit of those light rain drops. Still tracking the light rain showers back over towards Front Royal, Warrenton as well. So northern Fauquier County, even up towards Winchester, seeing a few of those light showers. Did see some lightning popping up down towards Charlottesville back here locally. No lightning just yet, but we could be seeing some thunder later on today. So just be weather aware for those outdoor plans you may have for your Memorial Day afternoon. Visibility has been reduced Luray and Culpeper, but we're seeing some better visibility now in the district and off towards Frederick and Leesburg. Temperatures, those are into the 50s and 60s. We'll see those highs in the 70s later on today. More details in the rest of that 8-day forecast for the 8 o'clock hours coming up in just a couple minutes. Guys.
All right, Jackie, thank you. Your time right now is 8:01.
That is right. A quick look at your Know and Go headlines this morning. First up, D.C. police are investigating after they say a man was shot and killed during an argument on a metro train. They found the victim at the Navy Yard station. A volunteer organization says they want metal detectors in stations to help control the violence.
And officials are investigating the cause of a large fire at the Columbia Island Marina. It happened early yesterday morning. Now, 3 boats were destroyed as well as parts of the dock. No injuries have been reported.
And tens of millions of people hitting the roads and the skies as they travel for Memorial Day. AAA predicting drivers should head out early this morning. They expect the roads will be best before 10 o'clock this morning, so you have about 2 hours. The added traffic will be at its worst between noon and 3 p.m.
All right, breaking this morning, Prince George's County police say a teenager is dead after a shooting near Woodstock Drive and Heathermore Boulevard last night around 9 o'clock. 2 adults were also hit, according to officials. Investigators say all 3 victims were shot inside a home. No word on a suspect or motive. And President Biden and House Speaker Kevin McCarthy have struck a deal on the country's debt limit.
That is right. The deal keeps the federal government from defaulting for the first time in U.S. history. President Biden and Speaker McCarthy now have to get the rest of Congress to vote the package through. Biden spoke about the deal last night. He is calling on Congress to do its part and move the bill forward.
The Speaker and I made it clear from the start that the only way forward was a bipartisan agreement. That agreement now goes to the United States House and to the Senate. I strongly urge both chambers to pass that agreement. Let's keep moving forward on meeting our obligations and building the strongest economy in the history of the world.
And taking a look at some of the details of that deal, it has a 2-year-long increase on the nation's spending limit. It would also fully fund medical care for our country's veterans. Now, recipients of Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program or SNAP benefits would have expanded work requirements. Meantime, the deal means student loan borrowers will start making payments again in the fall. However, Republicans were unable to remove Biden's student loan forgiveness plan from the budget agreement. That fight will continue on its path to the Supreme Court. A decision is expected before June. And the controversial $6.6 billion Mountain Valley Pipeline is one step closer to being complete. Work has been stalled for several years because of regulatory challenges from people opposing the pipeline. Now, the pipeline runs from West Virginia to Virginia, and project leaders say it is roughly 94% complete. West Virginia lawmakers, though, they're split on the project.
If you look at the impact of not completing the Mountain Valley Pipeline, first of all, lots of jobs, lots of tax revenue that would be generated by those jobs. You know, I think it's had a devastating effect.
Most of the jobs associated with the pipeline are temporary construction jobs, and those jobs go away when construction is finished.
The pipeline also still needs authorization from the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers and the West Virginia Department of Environmental Protection.
Your time right now is coming up on 8:05 this morning. A middle school principal in Loudoun County sent a letter to parents revealing that some students have created fight clubs that involve brackets, betting, and challenges. The principal says some parents are not only aware of this, but are actually hosting the fights. Now, this comes from a principal at Lunsford Middle School in Chantilly. The principal says the school had to do a reset last Friday because some students were creating an unsafe situation for everyone. That reset involves making every student report directly to an advisor. The principal wants parents to take responsibility for their children's behavior. He is warning that the school will take action if necessary. He writes, quote, "We cannot tell you how to parent, but when your children create TikToks and Instagram pages using Lunsford's name and then attempt to hold these fights in our hallways and bathrooms, we will take action." Now, in a separate school statement sent to parents, it said the violence has no place in our school community and added they will continue to cultivate a culture of kindness and inclusivity.
Right, a troubling trend of violence in the district's metro system. Another shooting leaving a man dead. Police say it happened yesterday on a train after it left LaFont Plaza. Now, officers say there was an argument that ended with the suspects firing a gun. One Metro writer says he's not worried, though, about the recent trend in violence.
You kind of hear about stuff like that happening here a lot, so it's kind of just another day, really. Try to be extra cautious and vigilant, and I think, I mostly feel okay. I mostly feel safe.
DC's Guardian Angels say they are increasing patrols around the metro to help reduce violence on trains. They also say they want more metal detectors in stations.
It's touchless, so it's like you don't even really know it's there. You're just walking through, it'll pick up on, it'll scan you really quick and see if you have any weapons.
Authorities say 3 of the 4 deadly shootings at metro stations in the DMV this year have taken place in D.C. All right, time right now is 8:06. A lot of people boarded planes over the weekend to travel for Memorial Day.
While the official numbers are not out just yet, AAA is predicting airports will have their biggest Memorial Day travel rush in more than a decade. We do want to get right now to our Joseph Omo, who is live, been there at Reagan National Airport all morning long. So, Joseph, it's been pretty smooth so far, but when we talked to you last, the security lines were starting to fill up with people.
Yeah, they are filling up with people tonight. The TSA says that they screened over 2.7 million people at airport checkpoints nationwide last Friday. That was about 100,000 more than what they thought that they were going to have. And the TSA line here, if I can ask our camera guy, John, just to zoom in a little bit so that way you can see, it is full, but it's moving. That's one of my observations this morning. The TSA pre-check line and the clear lines, of course, per usual, they're there aren't a lot of people in them, but if you look at the standard line all the way behind the TSA pre-check line and the clear line, it is filling up, but it's moving rather quickly. Guys, take a look at this. The airlines, the 3 big airlines, United Airlines, Delta, and American, they all said that they were going to fly, each airline, about 2.9 million passengers over the holiday weekend. It was very smooth compared to last year. United and Southwest, they had some issues with delays at the start, but overall, each day of this Memorial Day weekend, the U.S. saw less than 200 cancellations each day. And hey, the security lines, like you mentioned, Tanaya, they may have been long as expected, but at times, travelers we spoke to this weekend say it was not that bad.
Actually, I was very surprised. It's been really smooth. I was a little bit nervous about traveling in Memorial Weekend, but so far so good, so I don't want to jinx ourselves.
Had an easy flight here, nonstop from Kansas City, and transportation around here has been very good.
It turned out to be great.
You know, I just spoke to Clinton Henderson, who's the managing editor of travel site The Points Guy. He told me that the airlines, I asked him to rate the airlines between 1 and 10, how they performed this weekend, guys. He put them at a 9, truly night and day between Memorial Day travel 2022 versus Memorial Day travel 2023. Nationwide, there's less than 400 delays right now. Now, there has been good weather this weekend, but still a much better difference than what we saw last year. Guys, back to you.
All right, time right now is 8:09 on this Monday morning. Stretching your dollar if you're looking to save on home appliances, mattresses, and even cars. Consumer experts say you have a couple days left to cash in on potentially big savings. Now, May is Maytag month, and experts say appliances from places like Lowe's, Home Depot, and Best Buy could offer deals up to 30%. But when it comes to tech, experts suggest holding off.
Electronics are going to be a better buy during Amazon's Prime Day, which at this point is just several weeks away. Predictions say it's going to hit around mid-July. And we also know that competitor stores like Walmart, Target, and Best Buy will be hosting their own sales around this time.
Consumer experts say people in the market for a car can also save this Memorial Day. They even add buyers can save between 40 and 60% off on quality mattresses too.
Your time right now is 8:10 this morning. A new study suggests dozens of U.S. cities at risk for Mpox outbreaks this summer. While the health emergency has ended, U.S. health officials hope to prevent a repeat of last year's outbreaks. Now, Mpox infections drastically increased following pride gatherings last summer. More than 30,000 cases were reported in the country. About 40 people died. Well, cautious. Health officials are optimistic this year's infection will be less severe. They cite a bigger supply of the vaccine, more people with immunity, and easier access to treatment as a reason why. A new U.S. study says 1 in 10 people are experiencing long-term symptoms of COVID-19 months after being infected with the Omicron variant. That is according to the National Institutes of Health. Researchers have also identified some key symptoms to identify long-term COVID. The symptoms include fatigue, brain fog, loss of taste and smell. All right, your time now 8:11. A lot of businesses taking the day off for Memorial Day.
And coming up, we're breaking down what's open and what's closed. Plus, the Terps are conference champions. The sounds and sights from Maryland's Electric Championship victory over Iowa. And taking a live look outside on this Monday morning, Jackie, how's the forecast?
Father, right now we are tracking the clouds as we take a live look over the Roslyn skyline in Arlington, Virginia. But in terms of how much rain we're seeing out there right now, those showers are widely scattered across the area. Much of back out towards Front Royal, northern Fauquier County, we're tracking those rain showers, but many locations now seeing drier conditions. More details, what do you expect for the rest of your Memorial Day? Right after the break.